I think Biden isn't inaugurated, or his inauguration isn't till yesterday, and we have yet another example of him going back on what he campaigned on. First, he campaigned in Georgia saying, if we win back the Senate, if Ossoff and Warnock win the Senate races there, I'm going to cut you a $2,000 check, Jack. Now it's 1,400 because 600 plus 1,400 equals 2,000, even though it's not what he said. Complete lie, complete bullshitter. And then here we go, another example of his duplicity and just being a piece of shit corporatist. Biden lifts healthcare plan from insurance lobbyists. Jesus Christ. This is from Andrew Perez and Julia Rock at the Daily Post. I'll link it down below. President-elect Joe Biden's new COVID relief plan does not adopt existing Democratic legislation to expand government-sponsored medical coverage, nor does it propose a promised public health insurance option, which is what Biden, he didn't like Medicare for all because it would cost too much. And by cost too much, it would save hundreds of billions of dollars a year, but it would hurt the pharmaceutical bottom line and the for-profit health insurance industries, two big bankers of Biden. And so they would lose money, but, people, they would get health care, they wouldn't be dying, and they would also be saving money. Instead, it adopts proposals from health insurance lobbying groups' recent letter to lawmakers demanding lucrative new subsidies for insurance companies. At a moment when those corporations have recorded profits as millions lose coverage and many face claim denials, Biden's plan would shovel billions of dollars to private health insurers by providing subsidies for Americans to buy coverage through the Affordable Care Act, which again, Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, however you want to call it, was just a huge giveaway to the pharmaceutical and healthcare industry. There's no other way to describe it. That's accurate, at least. Which are far more expensive than government healthcare programs and have at times been plagued by high rates of claim denials. The plan would also subsidize COBRA continuation coverage through September, allowing workers to keep their employer health insurance plans when they're laid off. Those initiatives, which could further boost insurers' skyrocketing profits, recently recommended in a letter to lawmakers from America's Health Insurance Plan, AHIP, and the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, two insurance lobby groups in Washington that proposed the expansion of government-sponsored healthcare programs. Look at this, AHIP. So this insurance company lobbying group. Health insurance providers are eager to assist the Biden healthcare team in charging as much as humanly possible to people in America who need health care and denying them coverage whenever it suits our bottom line, AHIP. And Joe Biden's, pocket. Or Biden's inaugural committee has received donations from at least two major health insurers, Anthem and Centena, which both offer plans on state marketplace exchanges. Centena's CEO bundled donations for Biden's presidential campaign, and Biden's first major campaign fundraiser was headlined by Independent Blue Cross's CEO. During the 2020 primary campaign, Biden repeatedly demonized Medicare for All legislation offered by Representative Pramila Jayapal and Senator Bernie Sanders, questioning how the country would pay for it and proposing a public health insurance option people can buy into instead. Democrats previously considered creating a public option during ACA, Obamacare negotiations a decade ago. AHIP secretly bankrolled a successful $100 million advocacy plan to kill it. While Medicare for All could actually save the country up to $650 billion annually, according to the nonpartisan CBO, Biden is now proposing some of the most costly and inefficient ways to expand health insurance coverage. The moves could still leave people exposed to substantial out-of-pocket costs from deductibles, co-pays, and co-insurance that act as barriers to care. I mean, there's a reason the Democratic establishment did everything they could to prop up this fucking piece of shit, corporatist, centrist, warmonger, former senator from MBNA because he was always ready and willing to do the bidding of Wall Street and the credit card industry. And here he is shafting people in the United States once again during a pandemic, seemingly backing away from the fucking shithole deal that a public option would be. And now, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Do you any of you have any hope of pushing Biden left? Seriously, like, this is who Joe Biden is. He has a decades-long track record of always looking out for the corporations, for the military-industrial complex, for his donors, wanting to cut Social Security, Medicare in the past, supported the Iraq War, bragging about working with segregationists. I mean, credible sexual assault allegation. And then now this. Again, he said he would veto Medicare for all during a pandemic. This is the slimy, corporatist Republican that Joe Biden is. There's nothing democratic about Joe Biden. Huge majority of the U.S. population wants Medicare for all. 90+% of Democratic voters want it. And yet, here he is doing the bidding of the health insurance companies and their lobbies, while tens of thousands of people die each year because they don't have health care. Many more go bankrupt. And for what? For what? It's obviously not in the best interest of the people, of the working class, to spend more money than any other country in the world on healthcare. And yet we have these horrible health outcomes. People go bankrupt. People die because they don't have health care. It's obviously not to benefit them. It's to benefit the pharmaceutical industry, the health insurance companies. And Joe Biden's completely willing and fine with the status quo, which leaves tens of thousands of people literally dead each year because they don't have health care. Don't have a whole lot of hope for pushing Joe Biden left, as you can tell. If you do, I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Like the video, subscribe for more content. Peace. Much love.